Your office had a run-in with Elizabeth Esty's office. Tell us what happened.
We did. So on Tuesday morning, Dennis, we asked for a copy of the severance agreement. This is the agreement that Congresswoman Esty's office signed with her former chief of staff, Tony Baker. We asked for a copy of the document. We got a copy of the document in short order from her current chief of staff. That document spells out a bunch of things, including the consideration that the office would give to him as he left, things like the promise of a letter of recommendation, the waiver of some student loan repayment options, some actual payment, and then he promised not to say a whole lot, among other things. One thing we noticed in that document was that there were unredacted emails, and the Congresswoman's email that she had on file in this contract document was a personal Gmail account.
She did not learn the Hillary Clinton lesson, obviously, here.
Apparently not. And so in that email, in that document, we posted that document, posting her personal email online also. Part of the story being, here is an official contract document where a Congresswoman is using her personal Gmail as the point of contact on behalf of the office. Keep in mind that she herself is not a party to the document. The office is a party to the document. We post it, we tell that story, we're in the process of telling that story, and then later in the afternoon, in the evening, we get a request to take it down. We think about it, we go back and forth. We didn't think it was necessary to do so at the time. And eventually, after 3 or 4 back and forths, we got a threat, which was, if you don't take it down, we think the only reason to keep it up is to harass the Congresswoman. If you don't take it down, we'll refer this matter to the U.S. Capitol Police.
This came from Tim Daly,
her chief of staff, after consultation with our lawyer.
What was the most surprising thing you learned going through this severance agreement? Because I know a lot of us were stunned that his student loans, Tony Baker's student loans, were wiped out.
What's interesting, and the Congresswoman, we interviewed her last Friday, and she said this. She said, these documents are not necessarily made for this situation. The Office of House Ethics Counsel has these documents to protect Congresspeople who are in difficult situations with employees. In this case, it gives a lot of consideration to an employee who did things that were wrong. And what it does is it goes out of its way to protect her, the Congresswoman, her office, and him to a certain extent. And her reasoning for this was, he knew my passwords, he had the keys to my apartment, he had my tax returns. So what was most surprising is that it didn't have any consideration for the victim in the case.